We're so glad you can join us for our second part of our Minnie Mouse theme tutorial. We've already created our Minnie Mouse theme tutu skirt using our specialty flocked polka dotted tulle in hot pink. And now I'm going to use a polycotton blend white toddler t-shirt to really make this a Minnie Mouse theme set. Now in place of a shirt, you can use a bodysuit or a crocheted top. The supplies that you're going to need are going to be based on what you have on hand and what look you're going for. We are using one 9x12 glitter hot pink felt piece. We're using our leftover tulle rolls to make our circles, using a piece of chalk or charcoal to make that circle outline. We're using another larger circle to make the face. We're using some leftover polka dotted tulle, ribbon, a ribbon slider, rhinestones, a pre-made mini bow, hot glue, of course our scissors, and to make the headband we're going to use the stretch lace, a couple of felt circles, and we're going to create the bow for that. Your embellishments can vary. This is just some suggestions for you to use and what we use to create this top. I'm using my leftover tulle roll to draw an outline of the circle that I'm going to need for the ears, and all I'm doing is drawing one circle and then I'm folding my felt in half and I'm making my cuts all the way around, and now I have two matching sized circles for the ears, and then I just used a larger sized circle to do my outline for the face, and I'm cutting that, and I'm putting my leftover felt aside because who knows, we might need it again, right? I'm just playing with the face, making sure that I have it the way I want. You'll see me do this throughout, and then you'll even see new hands trying to fix it better for me. Now the size circles you're going to need is going to be based on the size of shirt that you're working with or bodysuit or crochet top. You might need smaller or you might need larger, especially if you're making this for an adult. I took my leftover tulle and I just made a simple bow with it. Now I will say this, after placing it and redoing it back and forth, I realized this is going to have no other alternative except to be hand washed gently if I place this on the shirt. And since it's a white shirt and it's for a tot, you know it's going to get dirty. So I'm going to use this later on for our headband. If you wanted to avoid that and still use your leftover tulle as a bow for the face, you can always attach a little piece of Velcro. That way it can be taken off before washing. But if you do that, you're going to have the base of the Velcro on the shirt permanently. We didn't really want to do that, so we're going to use this bow for the lace headband we're creating. Now it's always best to hand wash or put it in the gentle cycle when you're making a handcrafted item, especially when you've got a lot of bows on the shirt or whatnot. But the tulle is what our concern was. How much will this hold up? And you know you can't put it in the dryer, so let's avoid all of that and we'll use our gross grain ribbon or satin ribbon instead to embellish. Now you can make your bows a couple of different ways. You can use a needle and thread, or you can use your hot glue gun. And this particular ribbon for me is a little bit difficult because it's single-sided, so it's printed only on one side. I've done it a couple of different ways for you to see. One is basically bringing the sides together, making my loops, and then taking my needle and thread, running it in and out in the center, and then tying a knot. And from there I'll take that leftover thread that I have and I'm going to wrap it around the center, and it just makes it more secure and it makes it poof out just a little bit. Then I'll knot it again. Now we're going to add some tails to it, and I'm just putting the tails exactly how I want it. And since it is one-sided, I'm kind of twisting it a little bit so both of the printed side is facing up. And I'm running my needle and thread again in and out, and then tying a knot. And this really makes it secure. Now you can glue this or you can sew it onto the top. I like to make my tails on my ribbon a little bit longer than necessary. That way I have room to play with it, and then I just trim it up. And make sure that you heat seal. This is gross grain ribbon, but heat sealing it will still help prevent it from fraying. Now when I'm doing it with hot glue, all I do is I make my loops and then I hot glue it, hold it secure for a moment for it to dry. I'm going to use a ribbon slide when I put the tails on, and it gives it a little something extra, and they come in all shapes and sizes. I'm going to put that aside. I've got my leftover tool, and I just made, just like you do with when you're tying your shoelaces, that's the type of bow I made. I'm also going to add some of my polka dotted ribbon, and that we're going to put aside for our headband. Before you glue your felt circles, if you have one of those 12-pack soda can inserts that they have, the dividers, or the 20 packs, they have the dividers, you can use that and put that on the inside of your shirt so that when you're doing your gluing, you don't have to worry about it sticking to the back. If you don't have that, or you don't have a piece of cardboard that you can put in between the layers of the shirt, it's alright. Just make sure that you lift the shirt up to make sure that you're not gluing the front and the back together. I've made that error before, so avoid that. I'm running a line of glue around my first ear, and remember, you can always add more glue to it, so less is more in this case, that way you don't have a mess going on. And then I'm going to run a line going straight down the middle, and now I'm just going to press firmly felt to fabric, and I'm going to do that for each piece. I'm going to put my ribbon right above the ear, or you can put it on the ear. The placement is up to you. And then I'm going to add this little bitty lighter pink polka dotted ribbon that I have that's in a bow form. And then I'm going to add a small rhinestone, and I'm going to glue this all together, and I'm going to press firmly. And here I have my Minnie Mouse themed tutu shirt. I've noticed that I need to add some extra glue. Now, if you have a craft iron, this is great because then you can really position your craft iron on just the felt. I didn't take mine out, so I'm using my regular sized iron, and I'm just running it around to really make sure that that glue set into the fabric. Then I just add a bit of glue wherever I see that it's lifting up just a bit. And that's all there is to it. And it's really cute, and it'll stand up and last for you. You know, hand washing will make it last a lot longer, or put it in the gentle cycle inside out. Now let's make this headband. I've already made my bow for it. Now I'm just going to create the headband itself. If you have the measurements of the child, that's great for it to go around the head. If you don't, this elastic lace is fantastic because it stretches quite a bit. I will say this though, it does not do well when you've got really heavy embellishments on it. It kind of stretches it out. So keep that in mind when you're creating an embellishment when you're using the elastic lace. I'm going to take needle and thread, and I'm just going to run it in and out at the two ends of my elastic lace. Then I'm going to tie a knot. Now when I trim it off, I'm going to leave a little bit of this excess thread. Alright, and now to really make sure that this does not come apart, I'm going to add just a touch of hot glue to it to really make sure that everything stays secure. Now you see this and you may think, well, that doesn't look too attractive. Well, guess what? That's where we're going to put the embellishment, so you don't have to worry about that. If you sew a little jagged, it's alright, because you're going to cover it up. I'm taking my felt circle and I'm putting it on the inside of my created headband. On the outside, I'm putting a line of hot glue. Then I'm placing my embellishment on top of that, and now I'm pressing really firmly so that the felt, the headband, and the bow can adhere all together. And then I'll just add a little bit of glue wherever I think is necessary. You've just created an entire Minnie Mouse themed outfit with headband, shirt, and tutu skirt. What a fantastic gift idea. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please visit our sites, Tutu Cute and Naomi Inspired on Etsy. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. You have no idea how much of a blessing you all are to us. From my family to yours, have a fantastic, fabulous day. And remember, anything you create is going to be fantastic. Why? Because you took the time to create it.